Somebody should sound the alarms because it seems like UMK3 WaveNet won't have any type of online play, which is perplexing given that the existence of WaveNet was the final revised version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which at the time gave you the ability to play against other arcades online. Now, I just want to say this has not been 110% confirmed. However, what I'm about to share with you makes it seem like WaveNet more than likely is only going to be for like single player offline play, and that's just such a big wasted opportunity for me, knowing that this was like the final game to be revealed in the Legacy Collection. The fact that I didn't know what WaveNet even was until the reveal, I never knew there was like this final build of UMK3 in existence, and to think that legit it's only offline, like what was the point? Yeah, it's a nice little caveat, nice little addition, you know, but I was looking forward to playing that online, and chances are a lot of you guys were too, because again, WaveNet was probably only ever played by maybe like 500 people. You had to be in Chicago, you had to be in San Francisco, you had to be at those two different arcades that had that up and running. Chances are you're like me and you probably never got to play that build of UMK3 ever, nonetheless online. So I was really excited to dive into the, again, final revised, most balanced build of UMK3, and if what I'm seeing online is correct and actually true, and we're not getting online play for WaveNet, dude, just add that to the list of things that break my heart with the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. What a waste. What a waste. So hey, what's up? It's your boy Dynasty, back at it again, being the bearer of bad news. Somebody's gotta be here and do these types of videos. Yeah, man. When we first discussed WaveNet potentially not having online about a week ago, I made a point to be like, I can't believe we have to ask these questions, and again, a week later, I can't believe I have to ask these questions. You would have thought that when that got revealed, they would have been like, but it's offline only, and when asked directly, the one response we've gotten from Digital Eclipse in general is coming from Stephen Frost. He doesn't really answer the online portion of the question. However, according to MK Secrets, who got a chance to actually talk to Dan Amrich from Digital Eclipse over 2 weekends ago, Gamescom in Germany, had that amazing 1 hour long interview. In the comment section of their video in regards to WaveNet, when asked if it has online play, from what they can remember, they said it was offline single player only. So, again, the game's not out yet. It's apparently dropping at the end of this month digitally. We know for sure it's dropping in December physically. If it's not the end of this month, is it the end of next month? A lot of these questions should already be answered when you're taking pre-orders and money from the consumers. And when the final big reveal is like the first time ever UMK3 WaveNet, you should probably let us know that we're not even going to be able to play that game online. Again, not 110% confirmed, but from what I'm seeing, from how this question's being handled, it's not looking good. So maybe if I make this video, somebody at Digital Eclipse will finally answer the question, does WaveNet have online play? I guess we'll find out. So before we break all this stuff down, I share with you guys what MK Secrets had to say about this not having any type of online play. If you could, it takes you a second, drop a like on the video, because without you, these MK videos don't happen. And I'm sorry, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm pretty concerned about this. And again, for me, like, this was something I was really excited for. And if, in fact, it does not have online play, dude, what the fuck? So in case you missed it, like I mentioned, about a week or so ago when we were discussing WaveNet after the trailer dropped at Gamescom, Stephen Frost came out and said, so excited for more people to get a chance to play this long-lost version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and massive shout out to MK Dookie for you, because they asked the million-dollar question here. Will the WaveNet version have two-player local compatibility, single-player only, any online multiplayer support for this version? For sure, there is your standalone typical single-player, two-player mode when it wasn't in WaveNet mode in case it couldn't connect to the network. And again, when I talked about this on the channel, I said, isn't it kind of weird how he couldn't just directly be like, yeah, it's got online plus single-player, two-player mode. Now again, I don't know where it went, but I know initially when the news broke, I think it was like 3 in the morning, dude. I was going through my feed. I swear I found a reply from Steven that said it did not have online, but I can't find it anywhere. I should have screenshotted it. I should have done something. I should have tweeted it out, but I assumed it would be there in the morning, and I can't find it. I don't know if I'm just making this up, if I dreamt it, but I've scoured every type of post response. I can't find it anywhere. I can't. This is the only time I've seen it answered directly, apart from what I guess I just made up in my head. I don't know. This whole situation's really fucking weird. Now, this is what MK Secrets had to say about it only being single player. Now, in the comment section to their video about UMK3 WaveNet, CMM1215 says, I didn't hear specifically mentioned in the online segment, but does UMK3 WaveNet have online support? And from your gameplay, does Noob have any Kano combos? Thanks. And this is again from MK Secrets, who have had arguably the best interview we've ever had with Digital Eclipse. They would be the ones to know because again, they got an hour-long conversation with Dan Amrich. If I remember correctly, WaveNet is only single player at the moment. Have it highlighted there. Do you see it? You see it? Didn't have time to play a lot with Noob, but no, he uses ninja sprites. I believe high punch, low punch was one of his combos. Thank you for your insights. So yeah, we're just gonna have to base this off of what MK Secrets can remember because legit, I've not really seen anybody confirm this. And when asked about it, it just gets completely ignored. If you were trying to get us hyped for WaveNet and then you're gonna tell us days before launch, we're now 3 weeks before a hypothetical launch, that it doesn't have online, like, dude, the community is gonna be pissed. The community is gonna fucking be super pissed that they kept this from us. So I don't understand why they can't just rip the band-aid off now and confirm it's not online play. They could say maybe in a couple months when crossplay hopefully gets implemented, maybe it's on the wish list. I would assume the best thing to do from a PR standpoint would be to be transparent because, again, a lot of people are under the assumption that WaveNet can be played online in the Legacy Collection. If it can't, say it can't. If it can, just say it can. How has that not been answered? That seems like such a no-brainer thing to want to get out there, right? But it's one thing that we haven't seen actually directly confirmed. And guys, I'm doing my damnness to try to find out the answer for you. Over on X a couple hours ago, I reached out to Tim Static because Tim Static said, apparently, it's not online. So I said, yo, just a quick question. You mentioned WaveNet won't have online. How do you have this information? I swear I saw Frost mention it after the reveal, but I can't find it anywhere. And it was right here in response to Ketchup because Ketchup and Mustard pieced together a pretty awesome, in-depth overview of UMK3 WaveNet. If you haven't watched it, you probably could, so you can actually understand like what the final revision of this build actually had to offer. But you could see here, Tim Static saying, there is local versus, as the WaveNet was something a player could do if they didn't have someone else to play. Also, that means there had to randomly be somebody at another machine to play, so no wonder why this didn't take, especially for what it cost. Also, there will not be online versus for this on the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, at least until they can figure out, or if they can, really hope that the community can get the ROM soon so that it can be made playable via MAME, Fightcade, etc., etc. Thanks, Ryan. So is it not on Fightcade then? Because somebody just said it was on Fightcade. Do you see the misinformation? And then we have the devs at Digital Eclipse gaslighting us about spreading misinformation, but it's like, dude, it's not like we're not asking these questions. You've been asked these questions. If you answer these questions, there's not going to be any misinformation. I shouldn't have to just take what somebody remembers for something so vital like this. How come we don't have proper confirmation that we have online or we don't have online? It takes a second to just answer that fucking question. Why won't they answer it? And again, a couple hours ago, can whoever run this account confirm that UMK3 WaveNet has online verses enabled in the Legacy Collection? Thanks, and not a single response. How are we supposed to just have this answered? And again, you would just assume, right? You would assume. But people were saying it doesn't. And again, I don't know if I'm wrong or not. I could very well be wrong. My memory is hit and miss. This tweet right here is the UMK3 WaveNet version getting online matchmaking. Don't think I've heard if it's one of the confirmed games with online or not. This is coming from Chaotic Strike, and I responded saying, did you ever get this answered? And you can see there's 2 responses here, and sometimes it's like a glitch where obviously if someone's muted, you can't see the response, but if they delete the tweet, that stays sometimes. I swear, I think it might have been this one that actually confirmed it was offline only, and I don't know if they wanted to keep that low-key, and after it got tweeted, maybe it got deleted again, like I mentioned earlier. I swear I saw in one of these questions, and there's only a couple people who've asked directly, in any capacity, to Digital Eclipse, to Stephen Frost about this. I swear that's where I saw the response, and it's gone. So, everyone I've reached out to, no one's given me a proper response. And again, I don't know if we're going to get that anytime soon confirmed because we still don't even have a release date. If you missed my last Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection video, we also just found out that around EVO is when the company doing the emulation started working on the PS1 emulator to get us Trilogy, to get us Special Forces, Mythology Sub-Zero. It's not even finished. It's still a work in progress. It's playable, but it's not completely ironed out yet. So, also got confirmation they've only been piecing this together for a little over a year. I told you guys it felt like this was rushed, and if WaveNet does not have online play, again, I don't know the intricacies of how hard it is to get that up and running, but time is of the essence, obviously. Clearly, if it has no online, it's because they didn't have the resources and time to get it online. And that's, again, what a big miss. What a big miss. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I don't know if WaveNet is going to have any online play. No one's responded to me. No one's responded to any of my my questions. Hopefully someone will. I don't know if they will, but if they do, I'll be sure to give you guys an update. And, wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I can't force their hand to give us the response. Hopefully this video will. All we want is some transparency, Digital Eclipse. Does WaveNet have online play, or are the streets talking, and are they right? Anyways, guys, what do you all think of this? Do you think that UMK3 WaveNet will have online? Are you going to be bummed if it doesn't have online? Are you surprised by any of this, given the whole Mortal Kombat Gold debacle? Devs acting like we're just making stuff up, but it's like, yo, you got to answer these questions, and then we wouldn't have to sit here and speculate. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. I'll see you in the next video. Drop that like. Peace.
Yeah, they stepping on it crack, but I'm not super